right, looks like we are live. Had to clean the lenses. The lenses get a little gunked up from time to time. So everyone, I'm Crash, this RTA Motorsports. Thank you so much for joining in. What we're going to be doing today is just some fun. Just some good old-fashioned fun with the Fun Pack. Now, I did do a live stream with the Fun Pack a few days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. And if you joined in with that one, thank you so much. I appreciate it. But for something weird happened. If you YouTube stream at all, when we streamed it, it was all fine. I got some good comments on it. But Lumos Hard Killer, how you doing? How you doing? But after we streamed it and uploaded to YouTube, it automatically uploads to YouTube because you're streaming into YouTube. For some reason, only the last 16 minutes saved. The whole thing just kind of like deleted for some reason. Over an hour stream. All of it was gone for the last, except for the last 16 minutes. Taz, hey man, how you doing? Long time no see. Thank you so much. I'm gonna jump in here and we're gonna do this custom race with some of the Fun Pack cars. And just let me know how the audio settings are. I'm having issues with audio. I tried testing it with recordings. It sounds, I think, okay so far. And we're gonna go from there. Just let me know if you can't hear me or you can't hear the car. Either way. Lumo says, hey RTA, would you say keeping your G29 or getting yourself a TMX Pro from Thrustmaster? The one thing I gotta say about that is the TMX Pro, although I think it's kind of like a step up from your wheel. It's not a huge step up, and you're not going to have a leather wrapped wheel. It's a rubberized wheel. So it is stronger force feedback, and I think it's better force feedback. But if that's what you're looking for, then awesome. But the wheel might feel a little bit cheaper because it's not leather wrapped, and the buttons are not as nice. But force feedback quality and all that, I think the TMX Pro is better. Honestly, if it was me, I would go Fanatec or TX, maybe a Fanatec Elite wheel. Then you could put on whatever wheel you want on your Elite wheelbase. Or a TMX, or a TX or a T300 wheelbase. As things are good, just thinking about changing to Fanatec wheel, but don't know which one to get, and getting a new rig. Ooh, all right. Looking at the K2, that's an awesome rig. Yeah, I love my Fanatec wheelbase so far. I haven't had any problems. I have, of course, you know, Fanatec everything. We're looking to get some new wheels soon. We're going to be possibly looking at that GT3 wheel. Their McLaren GT3 wheel just hasn't come out yet. Or maybe their F1 wheel. Either one. Yeah, Lumos, I did a review of the TMX Pro. You could check that out in the channel. Yeah, Mad. Honestly, the one thing that killed me when the G29 first came out in my older videos, you're going to hear a lot of anger about that wheelbase, is the G29 was essentially a rewrapped G27. The motors were the same, and they were charging so much more initially for it, and it just got me very angry. You also received a T300 today, dead on arrival. I'm sorry to hear that, man. All right, so we're gonna jump in the rig. Hopefully you get that fixed. You know, maybe they'll send you another one, but that's frustrating. That is frustrating. That is honestly a really good wheelbase. Just they die after a few years. But probably all of these wheels probably do. I would imagine with all the stress we put them through. So for some reason, I've been getting also issues with project cars. You could probably see here, we are clicking on custom race and nothing's happening. Since one of their last updates, we've been having some weird anomalies with them. So we're going to reload project cars 2 in VR. Taz, you got the TX and C300? Mad, you might just spend extra and get the TSXW. Hey, you know, that I hear great things. I haven't tried that one. I tried the TSPC Racer, as you know, and It is definitely stronger than the TX and T300. I just didn't feel it was as smooth. All right, so we got the cars loading back up. And hopefully we don't lose all of the stream like we did last time. I mean, that was a little upsetting. I don't like losing my streams. And in case you're wondering what we're drinking here, it's coffee. It's still morning time where I am. There we go. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna join in this custom race that I created. It's something we did last time, custom race wise. Hopefully everything looks pretty good. I got the stream up here, and it looks like it's going pretty good so far. So and it is a kind of a point-to-point race on the California highway. Now, last time we did this, it was my first time actually going down the entire California highway full. Not kind of my thing too often. I normally like racing on tracks, known tracks. And we used the RS200 Evo last time. I'm gonna use the Audi this time because we have the Audi Sport Quattro S1, which is seen in some other cars. I mean, not really in this form necessarily, but the Audi Sport Quattro is in other titles, I should say. And as far as liveries go, you don't really have many. You just have a few color schemes with a few different sponsors and numbers. So we'll just select the default. Whereas the Ford, I think the Ford, you had tons and tons of liveries to choose from. Especially with the Ford Mustang 66 RTR, you have tons of liveries here that you can choose from. I mean, even that one's pretty badass, but I think I like that one kind of the best. But yeah, the Ford, let's see. Yep, you got tons of liveries, tons of different colors. So if liveries are your thing, I don't know why, I kind of really like that color scheme there. Just really, really bright, really in your face. Kind of like fitting of the time, you know. But with the Audi, there's not much. But at least we got the car. You're not looking at the outside of the car while you're driving it. Here's another Audi that we get in this pack. 6-speed sequential. I'm sure that car is going to be insane to try. Well, anyway, all right. So let's go with this Audi Sport Quattro S1. Yeah, I don't know why I have got both, as I want to race online in the Xbox, and most games now are play anywhere, so just use my T300 now. I know, I love that play anywhere. I actually just recently got an Xbox, so I just got Forza, and we did some live streams in the past and of Forza, and just the idea of dropping my controller, coming over here and resuming on my rig is insane. That's just such a weird feeling to me. Hold on one second. Let's get motion up and running. There we go. So we got motion going now. And it kind of jumps around a little bit in between each session for some reason. Taz, the base that I have is the Fanatec V2.5. For some reason my car's like not going, and we got demolished by the AI. So let's restart that. I wish it gave you a little bit more of a leeway when you when you hit start. Kind of give you a little bit more time to kind of get ready. It just jumps you right in. See, let's restart session. Boom. Because our head position's even completely off. Let's see. There we go. Tuning setup. Let's see what tuning setups we have. We have circuit and rallycross. Let's do circuit. Yeah. Some areas you do need the mouse for. All right, here we go. This car definitely feels a lot different than the Ford Escort. Feels a lot heavier. Definitely a lot bigger. Turn race position 18. So good, definitely let me know how the audio sounds. This car sounds incredible, the popping, off throttle, get pushed by AI from behind. Come on. So this wheelbase is the V2.5 Club Sport wheelbase. Until they come out with their direct drive, it's kind of top offering at the moment. Whoa! Whoa! Getting pushed by AI, come on! I was definitely faster in the Ford Escort in this situation. Spinning! Oh, we lost the whole pack. Feels a lot slower than that Escort did. So AI right now, I have have aggressiveness on 20%. Boy, good thing I don't have it any higher than that. And I have the AI strength at 100. Cautious because I don't really know what's around each curve. I don't race on here. This is only my second time. This section, the on-ramp. Come on. Come on, we got it. Not last place. Woo! In my lane. A fast car. I have my foot all the way down. I still can't keep up with him. I probably should have left it as a default setup. I'm wondering if this setup at all causing me too much downforce. Maybe that's why I'm going too slow. Because I can't even keep up with anybody on the top end. I'm just going way too slow. Get enough room to really do anything. I think we're already towards the end of the track. Yep, there it is. For comparison purposes, so you can see there's like no Audi Sport Quattros anywhere on the top 10. I just wonder if this is just a much slower car. Huh, interesting. You can see us all the way down here in 22nd. Oh well. We gave it our best shot. How is sound? Oh yes, and how you doing? How you doing? Haven't seen you for a while. Yeah. Wheelbase, we have the V2.5. No, I'm not watching the Daytona 24-hour race. I'm gonna like pop in and out of parts of it, but we have very limited time to get content. And actually, just for me to the way I do this channel is not necessarily to get content out at all. I don't care about that. It's mostly just for me to get on the rig and have fun and hang out. So I have very limited time to do so, and this is one of those times that I have available to get on the rig and kind of have fun. So I just got to take advantage of it when I can. My rig is jumping around because we're using the UDP the UDP server for sim tools, and on the menus it kind of does this a little bit. I could actually shut it off. That's the only thing that's nice about the UDP is you could turn it on and off. Hopefully the sound sounded okay. You could hear the car, you could hear me. Like I said earlier, I was having issues with testing sound. I mean, my sound has been kind of off for some odd reasons. Let's see. There it is. Let's pause that for a moment. There we go. The rig's going to stop jumping around. All right. So we're going to jump back in with the Ford and see how we do with the Ford. Taz, sound was great. Good. Good. I was really kind of stressing out about that during that session. Good deal. Yes, and thank you. All right. So this one here, the one major difference is it's a 5-speed instead of a 6-speed. But it felt faster last time. And last time we actually used the circuit preset. We didn't use like the default preset on the tuning. So we'll go back to that circuit preset because it's what we used last time. I think we finished 5th last time. But that car, like the Audi, definitely felt like it had a lot more of an understeer character to it. This one felt a lot looser. It definitely felt like it had more of an oversteer character to it. So, well, we'll compare it. We'll compare it. It's part of the same pack. Obviously, they think it's a part of the same class of vehicle, so let's see. Let's go to load setup, and let's go to circuit. There we go. And when you get these cars on this pack, they all have setups. So definitely, go to tuning setup, go to load setup, and they have multiple setups there. So that's not my doing. We're starting in last place this time. Whoa! Sorry about that. You hear that Audi? That rev limiter on this car just sounds insane. No, you're not supposed to bounce off of it, but I'm getting punched. But it just sounds so crazy. The steering feels a lot tighter on this car too. Force feedback feels totally different. The wheel in the Audi just felt very loose. aggressiveness setting at 20. Ah! Well, we actually didn't hit him. We didn't. See me sawing at the wheel. Trying to keep the car on the track. Pushing. Oh, got hit by AI. Try to save that one. Maybe I shouldn't have pulled the handbrake button. This beginning section of this track is just... Oh, come on. Just so much fun. Look at this. It's all Ford Escorts. Damage on it. We just got a pretty significant amount of front end damage. We were 7th and now we're 12th. Now steering is all... Steering feels all weird now. Catch up with our front end damage here. Oh, we got hit from behind. Sent me to the wall. Trying to bounce off the rev limiter a little bit. Got 40% damage on the front right now, one on the engine. See, the steering wheel's a little cocked to one side. And I can't stop either. I don't know why brakes don't say that they're cooked at all. Dirty race. That car is freaking fast. Next, we're going to try that. I didn't mean AI. The car was pushing. Oh, great. Now we're on severe damage on the front end. Steering wheel's completely cocked to the right. Look at this. Oh! Let's see what we can do. Come on. I know we're faster. We have a lot more damage, but I know we're faster. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Look at my head. Holy. That was crazy. I tried to pass them. I saw that they were, wow. I tried to pass them because I saw they were hitting the brakes, but that really did not work too well for me at all. Let's view that replay. Oh, wow. I want to go to the end. Oh, man. Is there any way to... Oh, that is loud. Oh, no, I can't do that. That's just ear-piercing. Anyway. Oh, well. We saw what happened. Oh, that was crazy. Wow. Which one do I prefer, HTC or the Rift? Well, if you're just going to sim race, I'd say the Rift. Or just, you know, do simulators, the Rift. Because the Rift seems to have a lot less of a load on your computer. It seems to work a lot smoother. Everything just seems to be smoother with the Rift. And it's lighter. It's easier to set up. If you're going to do room scale stuff, which is a lot of fun. Which is a lot of fun for... You know, if you bring friends over and you want them to try it, then, you know, the Vive hands down. Even though you can do it with the Rift, you just have to get 3 sensors if you want to do room scale. But you have to buy a third sensor. You know, if you buy the starter pack with the motion controllers, you get 2, and then you have to get a third. Then you have to run a long USB cable. To me, that's too much of a pain in the neck. But I think the Oculus is better just for sim and small room stuff. If you're doing bigger room scale, then the Vive. But we're definitely staying with the Vive, and I'm going with the Vive Pro. As soon as that comes out, we're going to order that, and we're going to take a look at that. I'm so excited for that. Oh, man. So that was a dirty, dirty race. I'm actually kind of curious to see what happened at the end there. Oh, yeah, let's see. That was absolutely insane. I'm going to replay this stream here. Yeah. I'm not going to spend all day trying to find it. That's all right. So, it's going to be the last time we're going to try this on this track. Here we go. Again, you can see, where is it? Here? No. Not here. Let's see. Opponent skill level, we got it at 100. Opponent aggression, 18. So, They seem to be pretty good at that level. I mean, not too much like, you know, they don't just come up and rear end you intentionally all the time. It happens, but it's somewhat controlled. Kind of feels like you're playing real people at times. Ron Smith, hey, how you doing? Putting big blocks in Toyota Land Cruisers would be cool if you could do the same thing in sim racing car games. Yeah, that would be neat. I mean, the closest thing we have, I think, right now is Forza, where you could do engine swaps and whatnot. I think you could do engine swaps in it. I'm almost certain you can. So that's about the closest thing that I think we have at the moment. Taz, just using it for sim racing or driving games. Not sure what you're asking there. Let's see here. All right, so let's give this a shot. We got tuning set up. Loose, huh? I don't know if I want a loose setup, especially on this track. Stable. Tarmac setup for circuits. There we go. So definitely a different group of setups there that you saw. They had loose, stable, and then they had a tarmac circuit setup. So we're going to use the tarmac circuit setup. Give that a try. So again, we're starting last place. Definitely much bigger windshield. Car didn't want to turn there for a moment. I have to get the feel for the car. Brakes again are not the best, but I guess it's, you know, it's this class of vehicle. Oh, hold on one second. We have to turn on our motion. Almost forgot that. Almost forgot motion. How do you almost forget motion? Well, we try to turn it off in the menu so that way you don't see me just jumping around. No, I don't want to retire. Car sounds awesome though. Kind of sounds like the Ford Escort in a way. Oh my gosh, when that turbo kicks in. Be careful on corner exit with this car. You hear that blow-off valve? That's pretty cool. You can definitely feel the torque on the oh yeah. When that turbo kicks in, it's just like instant torque. Drive so far. Feels a little bit more neutral than those other two cars. You can see we got air there. The car didn't want to nose down or look up at the sky. It was just kind of very even. Very good weight distribution, it seems like. thing I didn't look at is if this car is a 5 or a 6-speed. Oh, can't stop, can't stop. Brakes are not this car's strong point. Whoa, whoa, big pump from the AI. Try to use the handbrake to maybe get us out of a situation. And it didn't quite work. We just whipped right around. Don't use the handbrake in this car unless you absolutely have to. Look at this, just understeering. You use that handbrake and just whip right around. I wonder if it's a setup is just maybe because it's on the Tarmac setup, it's understeering. It's waiting for that turbo to kick in to kind of carry the rear out. Yeah, look at this. It's almost here. Let's actually restart it, and I'm gonna try that loose setup, and let's see if it changes the character enough where it makes it almost drivable. I just can't take understeering setups. It just, let's see, let's make sure. All right, so we're on loose, and that was the default. Let's see what this does for us. Hopefully. So far, so good. Do that wastegate. Slamming into each other. Half of these turns I wasn't really able to get around because of the understeer. Come on. Snuck in on the inside. I just noticed if you keep your foot on the gas and you hit the brake, your left foot brakes. Or if you take your foot off the gas and brake it, right foot brakes. And that's pretty much exactly what I'm doing. That's so cool. Such attention to detail. Look, foot on the gas, left foot brake. Oh, got hit by the AI. I don't think it is. Nope, just 5 speed. Because in a loose setup, we're kind of drifting out a little bit, where those same cars are able to hold it in. Might have something to do with our damage level, I don't know. Our suspension is not damaged, just the front end of the car. I don't know. You gotta say with this car and this track, the loose setup is much better than that circuit one. If you've never driven on California highways, there's a lot of highways in California, especially the Bay Area, that do look like this, with the hills and everything. Whoa! Big nose up in the air. This is how some California highways are. I mean, this is not a California highway, like to a T, but some spots are reminiscent of this. Caught the back fender of that car while we were weightless and whipped the car around. Feel this car kind of crab walking out as we're going weightless on the top of that hill there. So we didn't do as good as we did last time. But I think with some practice, we'll be fastest with the Ford Escort, honestly. section here. And the end. Oh well. It was still a lot of fun. Still a blast. Alright. We were, unfortunately, last place. I don't know how we got 5th place last time. Oof. Oh man, there's a whole conversation going. Let's see, what are they talking about putting a big block in? I'm telling you, Crash, stick with the big block under the hood. Alright, so, speaking of which, what we're going to do now... no, I don't want that view. Let's see. Let's pause this for a moment because that's going to drive me crazy. Now, there is a different server that... I mean, a different... it's not a server, but it's a different type of software you could run on SimTools. A different profile. That's what I meant to say. There's a different profile you could run that is not a UDP server. And so that way you won't have that, you know, up and down motion while you're racing. So what I wanted to do is what we did last time also is the Mustang 1966 RTR. It's a 4-speed. I know, but and it's also in its class not the fastest. I forgot what other vehicles we had, but there was some that were just in the straights were much faster. But we're going to do this around the Nordschleife, and we'll do 2 laps, and it should be. So, Yasin is bringing up the Pimax. So, Pimax 4K, 5K, and 8K. The Wolf, thank you so much. Thank you so much. There's a lot of videos on my channel reviewing a lot of the items that we have here. So, definitely check those out. Yasin is bringing up the Pimax. And so, a lot of the trade shows, they're having issues with them. And if you look at a lot of the videos, there's some inconsistencies with some of the publications on what they're saying about it. And that is kind of making me a little bit nervous to try to invest in it. I would want the 8K because we have a 1080 Ti, and I think I should be able to push that amount of pixels, maybe on medium settings. I'm not really sure how the software is working because it's also using a stretch. So even though the screen is 8K, I think it's kind of rendering a different resolution and then stretching it on the edges. So there's some trickery going on there, but with a lot of the publications that are out there, there's a lot of inconsistencies. Some people are having some serious issues. Some people are having lagging frame rates, and there's just when something's having all those issues, I need for it to be ironed out. And I think that's why our next step in our VR journey is definitely going to be the Vive Pro for now. But yeah. Okay, are they any good for racing? That's all I'm going to use it for. If you're only using it for racing, and if you're not looking at getting the Vive Pro, you just kind of want what's out now, I would definitely say get the Oculus. Only for racing, Oculus. You're going to get probably the most frame rates out of your system. It's going to help you out, kind of like getting that increased frame rate in your system. The Vive, I love my Vive, and I wouldn't trade it for an Oculus necessarily, but I did notice when I borrowed my friend's Oculus that we had much better frame rates, especially in iRacing or Project Cars. We had much better frame rates. So I would go that way if I had to do it all over again. It was only going to be sim racing, but I do like room scale stuff. So I don't really ever play it, but I do like it. All right, here we go. If you're only doing it for racing, probably yeah. But you know, and Oculus has said in a press conference that they're not coming out with a new headset this year. We don't know how true that is. I mean, very well later in the year they could come out with another headset, but it's cheaper right now. If you don't think you'll ever do room scale stuff, even though it can handle some of it, Why not? That's probably the route I would go. But you can stand up. You can do stuff with it. It's not like you can't, but this is better. The Vive is better at remote tracking. All right, here we go. We're starting again, back of the pack. Those Ferraris are so fast. You gotta try to get ahead of them while the getting is good. So this is a 1966 Mustang RTR, part of the fun pack, and it is absolutely a blast. It is so much of a handful. Brakes are absolute garbage. It's fitting for the time. It almost feels like you have drums in all four corners. Just doesn't want to stop at all. You have to give yourself a lot of room. But the car handles really good. It really does. Behind by the AI. Oh no. Well, let's just restart this. I can't go around 2 laps like that. Completely messed up. We got hit and it completely just messed me up after that. Alright. I hate restarting, but sometimes it's a necessary evil, especially when you're racing with AI. Whoa! Come on! I think the last time I did a race on here with AI, we lowered the AI down to 87 because they were still very aggressive. Even though I have the aggressiveness down to like 18, at 100 they were very aggressive, and I think we didn't change their strength down, so we're probably going to get hit a few times. I'm just going to leave it alone. If we get damage again, I'm not going to restart. It'll be what it be. Try to give him room because I saw one coming up. Saw one coming up on the inside there. Oh no! Oh, we got rolled over. And I didn't even know that was possible. Where's my steering wheel? Well, it looks like we might actually have to restart because I can't finish the race upside down. Oh my gosh, this is a mess. Let me see if I actually can. I can't lower the AI. We'll just give it one more go. If we keep getting hit, then it'd be what it be. Kind of feel like this is when we tried the super trucks last time, and it was just an absolute mess. I think we changed the view somehow. do that before. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Didn't know you could do that. Off the default wheel settings. I didn't mind that key at all, so. Maybe it's better we hang back a little bit anyway. Let the tires get warmed up. The setup that we're running on this one is actually the stable setup. I don't know why there's that delay going into third. I already have the clutch out and the car's in gear at that point. That's about. Maybe I'm shifting too fast. I don't know. I don't have any problem with any other sim. Strong force feedback in this car. Really high red line, surprisingly high red line, I should say. Listen to that. This car is such a handful, I love it. I just realized we don't have motion on, but here, let's turn motion on. I can't believe I didn't even turn it on. Woo! There we go. Now everything is right in the world. handles the carousel very well. I was being really slow with putting it into third gear. We didn't get that weird delay. Motion on, I'm going to start pushing it a little bit more. I was kind of wondering what felt weird. And then it dawned on me, Crash, you don't have the motion on, you dummy. Catching up to the rest of the AI. Very deceptive turn right here. You can actually go pretty quick around it. And we got a little carousel. Go. 149, 150, 51, 52, 53, 54. Yeah, baby. 155. 156, all right. Came out wide on that before that entry. Come on. Missed the gear there. The tires are warm, that car can handle that really well. Probably can go a little bit faster in that area without any problems. End up losing some weight into the entrance of that turn, so you want to make sure you slow down. Second gear in here. Feel the front of the car pushing out. Gotta use the gas pedal to get you to turn. Foot braking here. I'm trying to keep the car somewhat controlled, but I'm trying to go as fast as I can. A lot of braking here. Me at the moment. My brakes are getting pretty hot. It's nice to get to cool down right now during this section. Nice, I'm coming back down in the blue. Baby. So far it looks like we're about 18 seconds faster than we were last lap so far. You hear the cars on the other side of the track there. Almost 20 seconds faster than we were last lap. Trying to use all the track that I can. That wasn't the cleanest. Come on, turn, you can do it. Section there. This car is awesome. You have a wheel, you have project cars too. This one car alone is worth the pack. So much fun. Sun right in the eyes, and now the car doesn't want to turn. Come on. We're almost there. We're almost there. Come on, you can do it. more turns left. So good. Big bulge in the hood there. Big ram air intake. Just awesome. You have to heel toe downshift this car, or else the car will just get away from you. So about 18 and a half, 18.6 seconds faster than that prior lap. We were all the way in the back, but that was an absolute blast. Woo! Absolute blast. Woo! Uh-oh. I think Project Cars 2 just froze on us. Oh my gosh, all right. Yep, it froze on us. That's all right. Let's see, let's catch up with some of these comments here. Yes, and he has a 1080 Ti and runs PC Cars 2 on triple screens at 1440 by 7680. Yeah, triple screens, it's a little bit easier in some situations than VR. Especially with the Vive. The Vive, I used to have triple screens. I actually still have my stand here, and I have three screens, although I did sell one of them and I ended up getting a 144 hertz monitor. So we're going to be doing some testing with that soon. But besides the point, it seems to run smoother. Yeah, P-Cars. Tony Smet says P-Cars is very good. Just has to iron out some bugs. Definitely. You can see we froze already a few times just in this one live stream. Taz, have to get triple as well, but really looking into VR. I recommend VR personally. VR is best at 90 frames per second, although he noticed running at 45 with his 1060, but the interpolated intermittent frames didn't even realize he was running at 45. Oculus Rift, and that's what I mean, Tony. Well, actually, I think it was to Taz that was looking at VR. With the Oculus Rift, their software is so smooth that sometimes you don't even notice that it halved your frame rates. It feels smooth even if it did half it. Your brain and your eyes don't even notice it. Tony, buddies watch 1080 Ti prices. Yeah, I actually, for a few times, I thought about selling my 1080 Ti because it looks like on eBay they're getting almost $1,200 for them used, and that's nowhere near what I spent. I paid, I think it was $599 for my gigabyte 1080 Ti Aurous Extreme. Yeah, so there's really no reason for that to be so high. I know it's mining and all that, but still, wow. There's a lot of information online. Just have to find the best combination for everything. Thinks the best would be a 1070. I used to have a 1070 and it worked really good, worked fine. But you know, being that we content create and we also live stream, I had to go 1080 Ti. But my 1070 was beautiful. My dad's running on his Oculus a 1060 without any issues. So honestly, you should be fine. At the moment, he has 1060. It should be okay for racing. He's happy at 75 frames per second. Yep. My dad's on 1066 gig, though. He has the EVGA card. Crash One, I'll be doing some racing with subs. My problem right now is we kind of stream at random times, and I'm looking to do more videos. But yeah, I'm definitely up for it. Maybe we'll schedule something out one day where we could do some racing with subs. Probably in Assetto Corsa, I'm guessing, will probably be the best. It seems to be most people have Assetto Corsa, so maybe we'll do something there. But definitely I'm up for it. Yeah. And P-Cars 2 is a heavier game on the GPU. Definitely. This SMPC, the SMPC. He hates me. Found my channel, never sim race now. He's looking for a wheel. Got a Vive already and looking into Fanatec or Fanatec. Yeah, honestly, right now, my V2.5 is probably one of the best wheels I've ever had. One major problem, if you love drifting, personally, a lot of people drift with this wheel setup, no problems, and they are very good at it. I used to drift a lot with my Thrustmaster TX, and I kind of feel like it was easier to race. It was easier to drift with right out of the box. I can't seem to find a setting in this, even though there is a drift setting and all that. I can't seem to get it just tuned down just right where I could hold the drifts just like I did back with my Thrustmaster TX. With my TX, I was so used to that counter steering rotation and all that, it just felt so smooth to me. And it was very easy, especially in Assetto Corsa with the BMW, the E30 M3. I was very good at drifting that car. With this, I can't. It's not that I can't drift it, but I'm having an issue with trying to get the settings dialed in. So you got to be a little bit more in tune with trying to get your settings dialed in. Now, there's a lot of settings in here, and there's a lot of forum information, so I just haven't really had the time to go through it all. But racing-wise, out of the gate, this is definitely a much more impressive wheel. I love this wheel, and I love their ecosystem. All their wheels look super impressive, and like when I have friends over or anything like that, they sit down, they're like, damn, you know, it's an impressive combination here, not only visually, but how it feels. Let's see. Search for Project Cars 2 VR on YouTube, and that's with the EVGA 1066 gig. Okay. And Mad just checked on eBay, and my 1080 sells for over 100 more than I bought it for. Yeah. The only problem is you can't buy another one for what you paid for it at the moment, you know? So you would have to be without a computer for a while, you know? And that's kind of how I feel right now. I could sell my 1080 Ti for more than double what I paid for it. They're going for crazy money on eBay. But, you know, I spent $5.99 on it, shipped. I can't buy another one for that price. Over here, it's at least 850 euros right now, up to over 1,000. Wow. Love your content, by the way. You hit the spark on something. I know I'm going to love it. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that reminder bell because right now we kind of stream at random times. And videos come out at random times. We try to get a video or a few videos out every week, as well as some live streaming. And yeah, if you definitely want to see my content, hit that reminder bell because it's all kind of random. And also lately, if you all can hit the reminder bell, because I've actually gotten emails from subscribers that they're not getting on their channel feed, on their subscriber feed. They're not seeing that when I upload a video that there's my videos there. They actually went to my channel because they thought my channel closed, and only to find that I had a bunch of new videos that they didn't even know I posted. So if you're having that issue where you're not seeing any notifications at all on your subscriber feed that I posted a new video, hit that reminder bell because I am posting videos here and there, and I'm not sure why that's happening. But anyway, all right, everyone. I'm Crash This RTA Motorsports, and thank you so much for keeping me company and hanging out with us while we check out some of my favorite cars in the fun pack for Project Cars 2. This is an awesome pack. That Mustang alone is worth the pack to me. I just love the dynamics of it. I love how it kind of feels like it gets away from you a little bit, but you can catch it. And the brakes are absolutely horrible, but it makes perfect sense for the time period of the car. The car surprisingly has a good amount of grip, and on the Nordschleife, whether you're by yourself or you're with other cars, it makes no difference. It's just so much damn fun. Well, anyway, stay tuned. We have a lot more content coming, more review on products, as well as we're going to be doing a comparison soon on my 140 hertz monitor versus a TV versus a normal monitor versus VR, and kind of I'll give you the pros and cons for each. That's not necessarily going to be the next video, but that's one we're already working on, and we're getting up and running. But we have other product reviews coming. We have some things coming in that we're going to be reviewing as well too. So definitely stay tuned for that. Again, I'm Crash, this RT Motorsports. Have a great day, and we'll see you all next time.